Let's talk about Shubman Gill. You point out a lot of positive for India in this game, and I think the biggest positive there will be Shubman Gill. He's been head and shoulders above every other Indian batsman in this calendar year, almost reaching 1,000 runs, or probably he's crossed that in this particular inning in this calendar year, which is most for any Indian batter. Saiva, just a short while ago, a few days ago, or maybe a few games ago, we were all talking about that patch that he had hit out of form. Do you think he got runs against Pakistan as well? But now with this 100, is it fair to say that rough patch is behind him?
Yes, I think certainly the fluency seems to have been seems to be back in his game. And you know, look, I think this is what cricket is all about. For classy players, it's just one innings which can turn it around for you for the better. And that seemed to have happened with that innings against Pakistan, and then over here again, clearly showing the class that he's made of. So I think a real plus that he got 100 today. Big innings.
Okay, just a couple more questions with you, Saibhai, and I want to concentrate on Suryakumar Yadav. What did you make of his inning? And I think the one telling bit was it's not about how many runs a batter gets on the day or not. The fact that his entire stay on the crease for those 30, 40 odd balls that he was there on the crease, he just looked out of sorts. What does that tell you about Suryakumar Yadav, the ODI batter?
Well, I think you've got to understand that he hasn't had a run. He was in the reserve. Now suddenly he comes into bat in a situation where the team has lost a few wickets. So it's not easy for him to get, going from the word go. And that seems to be the situation with him, because he's been in and out of the team, and that is never any good for anybody's confidence. But the fact that he stuck around and built that little partnership with Shubman Gill is the plus point. He recognized that he wasn't stroking the ball fluently, and so therefore he was quite prepared to give the strike to Shubman Gill, take the singles between overs, go and ask. It looked as if he was encouraging Shubman Gill to keep going. So these are the things that you look at. Yes, disappointing in the sense that, when you see what he does in T20 cricket, and then when you see what he's doing in the 50 overs game, you might say, oh well, he's not really getting the runs. But again, he's not getting consecutive opportunities, which every batter or every bowler needs to try and show that he's good enough at this level.
The last bit with you, Saibhai, on Suryakumar Yadav. One thing that you did notice in this innings, and you've seen it in the past as well, whether it's T20 or 50 overs, in T20 cricket, his premeditated shots really give him a lot of dividends. He gets a lot of scoring opportunities and gets a lot of runs with those premeditated shots. Do you think that's the difference between Suryakumar Yadav, the T20 player, where premeditated shots really help him, and in ODI cricket, maybe, playing to the merit of the ball is the right way to go? So, for example, today, he was hell-bent on sweeping Shakib. Had he looked at that over-pitch delivery, probably would have played it with a straight bat. So this preconceived notions or premeditated shots that work in T20 don't work in ODI. And that's one thing, if he rectifies, he could be a successful batter in ODIs if he plays to the merit of the ball in ODI.
Yes, definitely. Not just Suryakumar Yadav, anybody. What Suryakumar Yadav really needs to remember is that he needs to play these, unorthodox shots that he plays only towards the last maybe 10, 12 overs. But while there are more than 20 overs to go, then he should be playing normal cricket, looking to push the ball along, normal shots, not looking to play the innovative shots, the scoops, etc., that he's famous for. That can happen in the last maybe 10 overs when the asking rate maybe 10 runs, 12 runs and over. So that's a mental adjustment that he needs to make.